What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the review scores for Destroy All Humans Remake. So the game is out, the reviews are out as of yesterday. I know this is a little bit later, but I wanted to do this video. I normally do it on Podcast Now, but I thought this would be a really fun video to do here. I actually really enjoy talking about review scores, even though, as I always say, I mean this, and I want to make this very clear in the beginning of all these videos. I don't base my purchasing decisions off of review scores. In fact, I don't give games review scores. If you notice, whenever I talk about a game or I talk about a movie, I never give it scores. I just don't believe in them. Different review scales are very, very different from each other, right? So I stay out of it, but I know reviews, honestly, to a lot of people are very important. So I think it's very important to discuss them. So one thing to note, okay, I talked about this on Podcast Now several weeks ago. The review of the original Destroy All Humans was a 74. It was actually pretty bad. I mean, it's in the yellow on Metacritic. That doesn't mean it's terrible, but it doesn't mean it's all that great. Now, it's only based off of 50 people. Was there probably more than 50 review sites and publications that reviewed it back in 2005? I'm pretty sure that's probably true, right? But as of right now, we know it got a 74. Now, I even predicted that I think the review is probably going to be right around the same, if not maybe a little bit more, hopefully, but I wouldn't have been surprised if it was less. I made that video actually like 3-4 weeks ago on Podcast Now predicting it. I think I said somewhere in like the 76 to 79 range, although I wouldn't be shocked if it got lower. Well, the game, as of when I'm recording this, now it's actually gone up since I woke up today and throughout the day. It's actually gone up, so I wanted to wait a little bit, but it's at 69. So it's at 69 based off of 21 sites. Now, are there more than 21 sites that have reviewed this? Yes, they haven't gotten them all yet. And it seems pretty split, honestly. And like I've said in the past, like when you have a review like that, obviously there's some pretty low ones. There's some 6s and 5s to lower it from any of the 7s or 8s this game gets. Now, the game did get a couple 8s. Actually, PlayStation Universe, which is one of the sites I use for all the stuff that I cover, like news related. I go on Push Square. I go on PlayStation Universe. I think Push Square is actually kind of decent to this game as well. But so, they gave it a higher score. Some places gave it lower. So again, this isn't all that surprising. It does make me upset. Now, I should say, at the time you guys are seeing this, I have the game. I haven't played it from when I'm recording this. So I'm recording this a day earlier. So as of right now, I haven't played the game. So I transparency aside, I am talking about this maybe as if I've played it, but obviously I haven't, right? I've seen people play it. Obviously, the whole game is basically online now, since you could have played it. If you pre-ordered it on Xbox, you got to play the game 2 days early. So the game is out. You can see all the cutscenes. You can see people have gameplay of it. I'm going to be playing it. Actually, I'm going to be live streaming it tonight. So I will be playing this game, and maybe I'll be able to offer up a little bit more of my, analysis or my opinion on this game. Maybe I can even do a review on this channel. But it does make me mad when I see a 69, because again, it has gone up. I will say that I think it was like a 65, 66 a little earlier. So it has definitely gone up. I feel like it'll honestly probably match the original game. I don't know if it can get from a 69 to a 74, but I feel like I think it's possible. I just don't know if it's going to end up happening. But this is a classic example of what I say for a game like this, even a game like SpongeBob, where what exactly are you reviewing it on? You know what I mean? And this is one of the biggest problems. I say it all the time. And yeah, I think it's important to kind of build to the story. These are the problems when it comes to reviews, because, and by the way, I mean like review scores, because what are you grading this game on? So when SpongeBob came out, we've talked about SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom as a really good example. That original game did not do good review-wise. Critically, it did not do well. The new game did even worse critically. How can a game that's remade off of the original not do as good? Well, there's a couple different reasons, and one of the biggest things that people will always point to is maybe it doesn't hold up to current standards. But is that why a game is remade? I guess you could argue, because when you do remake a game, one of your biggest aspirations is to make sure that the game can kind of stand up to the current year. But what I will say is it's still basically the same game. So there's really no way, unless you're going to completely change the game, a game made for, so let's jump back to Destroy All Humans. A game made for 2005 is going to be made for 2005. You can improve the gameplay, you can improve the look, the design, all this kind of stuff as much as you possibly want. But at the end of the day, you may not be able to get it up to 2020 state. I mean, look at Ghost of Tsushima, look at The Last of Us, just as two, AAA games basically that have come out over the past month or so, right? You can't make it be that, right? and ultimately, it's not that. And so why am I saying that? Well, I do like to read these reviews, see what people are saying. And by the way, I do understand, like, this doesn't always take into account. In fact, Metacritic almost never includes people like on YouTube. So I know there's plenty of YouTubers that a lot of people, especially people that watch me, they go to them for the reviews. I get that they're not normally represented, right, in these reviews. But from the main thing, the week reviews, the reviews that gave this game pretty low scores. Again, like 7s, 6s, lower. Some places gave it 5s, right? A lot of the places, the main thing I was seeing was that it doesn't hold up now, that there's repetitive missions, repetitive gameplay mechanics, stuff like that. Now, again, like, that's fine, and I understand that. So, and by the way, I'm not saying, like, oh my God, this game is a perfect game, it should be given a perfect score. But that is the problem, again, with, like, a review score where, well, if you really thought the first Destroy All Humans was average, okay, it was a 7, it was an 8, it was somewhere in that. Now again, depending on what metric you're on, an 8 could actually be phenomenal. A 7 could actually be really good, right? If 5 is average out of 10, then the higher you go, it's actually a really solid game. But again, depending on where you thought Destroy All Humans was, well, when you remake it, shouldn't you compare it to the original? Isn't that what the main because I guess, again, yeah, you could review it based off of the games that are out in 2020, but that's not, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, the game is built and based off of, because it's literally the same game but remade, it's based off of the 2005 one. So, like, shouldn't you be comparing? I want to know, okay, when I look at reviews for a remake, I want to know how well does the game do compared to its original? You know what I mean? Does it do everything the original does and then does even better? Now, again, that's why review scores are stupid and I don't like them, because do you give this game, so say that this game does it. This game looks incredible. There's no denying that, right? This game obviously looks better than the 2005 version. Say it plays better, say the missions are better, say all that kind of stuff. Should you give it a 10 because it matches the original, but it does it even better? You know what I mean? But if you give it a 10, well, now you're saying, oh my dear God, you're giving it a 10, so it's better than The Last of Us. It's better than Ghost of Tsushima. It's better than Red Dead. It's better. Think of one of the greatest games that you can ever think of all time. It's better than that game because it's a higher. You know what I mean? That's why review scores are messy. Now, again, do I like to talk about them? Yeah, I think they're really fun, and again, a lot of people put a lot of stock in them, which is why ultimately I do talk about it. I think there's a lot of important lessons to learn when it comes to review scores. You know what I mean? So ultimately, it's not surprising. This isn't surprising. The bad of this game is kind of what I expected. Again, with these remakes, I feel like the weaknesses of them, again, and we've seen it with SpongeBob, we've seen it with this game. We didn't see it as much with Crash. We didn't see it as much with Spyro, although I think Spyro has it a little bit, where they just flat out, the gameplay mechanics, the mission design, the repetitive nature, whatever whatever your talking point is, it doesn't really hold up to games releasing now. But at the same time, aren't you buying Destroy All Humans remake because you want to relive the original game? You know what I mean? Yes, you are trying to get new people, and I've said it countless times. Like, that is so important. Obviously, when you remake a game, you're trying to get all the people that originally bought it back, okay? And then I think you can kind of, it's not like a slam dunk you're going to get that, but I think that's more guaranteed than a lot of other games can say that they can get. You know what I mean? So you're going to get them, but you also want to get people that have never played the game before. Now, again, I get it. Those people that have never played Destroy All Humans before, maybe they want a Destroy All Humans in 2020. But ultimately, that's why you make a new Destroy. So on the podcast now today, I'm talking about a video going up later. I'm going to be talking about a brand new Destroy All Humans game. I think we could get one. And I talk about maybe what this team that made this game could do next. I mean, that is ultimately what you would get a brand new game. Even if you look at Crash and you say, okay, well, like, I want something built for right now, and although the game does translate still kind of well right now, I would like a brand new Crash. Well, that's why we got Crash 4, but we had to go through the other games first. And again, what was the point of the other games? Well, it's to get people that got the original Crash back, and it's also to introduce a bunch of new people that have never played Crash before to the game. Yeah, it may not be perfect. It may not be up to the gameplay standards or whatever mission design standards of 2020, but it's because it's not a game from 2020. That's what a remake or a remaster is. You know what I mean? So that's what's very difficult about this. If the game doesn't hold up to a 2020 game, I don't think that makes it bad. I think that literally says, well, it's a remake of a 2005 game. That's why it's like that. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here. I'm not surprised at all by the review scores. And again, like I always say, I'm not letting it dictate anything. It's their opinions. I completely respect their opinions. If people don't like this game, that's totally cool. But I'm getting this game today. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be live streaming it tonight. I'm super excited to play it. And again, it's all where you put your expectations. Do you put your expectations that this game is going to be revolutionary new? Because that's not what this game is. If you expect this game to be an improvement upon the original, that's what this game is, right? So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Are you excited for this game? Are you getting this game today? Did you already get this game? You know, again, people on Xbox have been playing this game a couple days. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.